everyone. Today we're going to be painting this bright glowing moon against this starry night blue sky. This is a great painting if you want to work on kind of letting go of what your paint strokes look like up close and sort of open up to creating an illusion that just looks like brush strokes, and then when you put it up on the wall you can really see what it looks like from far away. So if you get really tight with your painting and you want everything to be perfect, this would be a great painting to try to kind of break out of that mold, because as you're painting a moon up close, it just looks like blobs of paint. It's more about the illusion that you get when you look at the moon from far away. We're also going to be doing really fun splatter technique to make a lot of stars. We're going to be using a lot of water to do glazes to give a glow, and also a lot of water to make the paint appear brighter by making it more transparent. So you'll definitely learn a lot in this painting. It's super fun. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get started. For our materials today, you're going to want some paper towel, a jar of water. We're going to be using an 11 by 14 canvas, and then you'll need a pencil and something round that you have lying around. I used a little air clay plastic container. You can use a bowl, whatever you have. Our brushes are going to be a 1-inch flat, a size 8 bristle round, a size 14 filbert, a large mop brush, a small mop brush, a size 6 scumbler, a size 6 pointed round, a smaller mop brush, and a detail brush. So mainly the Scumbler is going to be very important. For our colors today, I'm going to be using Liquitex Basics acrylic paint, and we're going to have titanium white, yellow oxide, bronze yellow, raw umber, Prussian blue, Mars black, and cadmium yellow medium. So the first thing we're going to do is add in our moon. So you're going to go ahead and take whatever you're tracing that you have that's round and place that on your canvas. I did mine a little bit above center, but you could do it right in the center if you'd like to. So I'm going to go just above center. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to trace around that. And you could also freehand it. There's no one stopping you from doing that. And the first thing we're going to do is fill in our moon. So I'm going to take my Scumbler brush and some of the bronze yellow, and I'm going to very roughly draw in some shapes. So it's going to be not quite circular, but a little bit off. And I'm going to add them, bigger ones on the left, smaller ones on the right. Then I'm taking my Filbert brush and I'm mixing some of my bronze yellow and yellow oxide with white and filling in the moon. Then we're going to take the same Filbert brush and fill in those spots with the raw umber. It's really important that you use quite a bit of paint, because both the light yellow that you have on the moon and the raw umber have to be wet in order for them to blend together. So now I'm taking my Scumbler brush and I'm just kind of scrubbing where the dark meets the light, and that's giving us those really nice soft edges around all of those spots. So you want them to kind of fade out, and when you step back from far away, you're not seeing any hard edges. We're going to do quite a few layers on this, so don't feel like anything needs to be perfect, and no one's going to compare your picture to the photo of a moon, so it doesn't need to be exact. Now I'm taking the Scumbler brush and I'm taking some of the bronze yellow and I'm adding it around the edges, just to kind of add almost like a yellow halo around my spots. So I'm doing the same kind of brush stroke, which is I'm almost scrubbing it in, and I'm also adding in some little random spots around it. Now I'm taking the same Scumbler brush and I'm mixing together white with the cadmium yellow medium, and that's going to give us a very, very bright, vibrant yellow. And I'm adding in some spots kind of randomly, and then I'm going to add some little dots in the darker areas of the moon. So I'm just kind of pressing my brush straight down, adding in a few spots. You can mimic what I'm doing, or you can kind of make up your own. Now I'm adding kind of a larger white circle up here in the top left quadrant of the moon with the Scumbler brush, and now I'm taking some of the yellow oxide and I'm adding that around it, so just kind of softening that edge with a little bit of yellow. So now down here at the bottom, I'm taking my Bristle round brush and I've used some of that very, very light yellow that we made with the white and the cadmium yellow medium. And I added a big spot down at the bottom of the moon, and I'm taking my brush and I'm starting my brush strokes in the center of that, and I'm flicking my brush out in every direction. So you want to go up, down, to the sides, and also at an angle. And you really want to flick your brush. You want your paint to be a teeny bit watery, and that's going to give you those lines that you see there. So this is kind of like a little white starburst. So I've got a couple of these on the moon, but the one down here is going to be the biggest and it's going to be the brightest. And you can kind of keep going over it and deciding how far you want your lines to go out. Now this is kind of the tricky part. If you want your moon to look round, when you go out, you want them to curve just the teeniest little bit. It's very subtle. You want to curve a little bit down and up on the left and down and up on the right, and that'll give the illusion that it's curved, that the moon is round. So now I'm going in with a detail brush and a little bit of the bronze yellow there, and I'm adding in a little circle, and this is kind of like a crater right in the middle of that white starburst. Now I'm taking some pure white and I'm adding a little glob of that right in the middle. Now for the fun part, we're going to be doing the moon. So I'm taking the Filbert brush and I'm getting Prussian blue paint, getting a lot of water mixed in, very watery. And what that's going to do is make the paint very transparent so we can see the canvas, and it makes the blue look very light, and it also makes it easy to blend. So once I get kind of a watery layer around, then I'm going to add more Prussian blue, less water, and I'm starting to do brush strokes around the moon, and I'm following the direction of the moon. I'm not going straight up and down or side to side. Then I switch to the large mop brush. I add on more Prussian blue and also add some black to the corners to make it even darker. Now I'm taking my pointed round brush. I've mixed together white paint with water until it's kind of a really almost like melted ice cream, really watery paint, and I'm tapping the brush right below the bristles, and you really want to let it bounce. You don't want to hit it too hard, and you can do as many stars as you'd like. Now I'm taking my medium mop brush and I've used watery white paint, very, very light. You can always go back and grab more, and just did a light halo around the moon. Now I'm taking the Filbert brush. My brush is damp, very damp, and I'm adding white paint just to one side of the brush, and I'm lining that side up with the edge of the moon, and I'm tracing around it. As long as your brush is nice and damp, it's going to kind of blend in the white paint as you go. Now I'm doing a nice glaze of watery white paint over the moon, and this is just kind of blending everything in, giving it a glow and softening it. Then you can go in, you can keep going around your moon as many times as you'd like to make it glow more and more and more. So I'm using the same brush, the Filbert brush, watery brush with white paint on one side. So now I'm going in and I'm just redefining any of the edges, and I'm using bright white paint, and that's going to really, really make it pop. And that's the last step. So from there, you can kind of just step back, look at it, decide any last touches that you want to make. I want to thank you guys so much for painting along with me today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.